Now to my personal story. We are getting down to the meat of it. I want to know that you are following me. Just drop something that has dropped in your heart, something that you have gotten an eureka moment in my conversation so far. What is the one thing that you have picked away from what we have said so far? Just one word. In one word, drop something you have learned. I'm looking at the comment section quickly. Review my skills. Adetoke, fantastic. Upskill, Oluwatoyin Wahid. All right. More. Let's have more. Keep building, Stella. All right. One more. Part of how you can, assimilate these and internalize this is think about these things and write them down. Thank you, those who have contributed. Now, I said I wasn't going to make this just theory. Now to my, Sharon says, paying more attention to myself to discover more. Oluwaseun says, taking opportunity. That's a good one. Thank you for sharing your thoughts. And don't forget to keep jotting. This is not just about me. This is about you. Now, I want to share, I'm going to be sharing an example, using myself as an example. And I'm also going to be talking about an entrepreneur example somewhere down in this conversation. But let me start with my own personal story. Now, while I was preparing for this webinar, I suddenly asked myself, I want to talk to people about career change, personal development. What's my own personal story? And it suddenly occurred to me that I have pivoted career thrice. And I find this very, very interesting. Now, my foundational career, my go-to career is I worked in radio as a media professional, broadcast journalist. I was, and I still am, a practicing one, broadcast journalism, content development, a producer and presenter. That is where I started my journey, my career journey. Although I was a teacher at some point, all right? I taught at some point, so I forgot that one here. And I started doing this. And at some point in my career journey, I became restless. I felt I had reached my full capacity. There was so much I was doing, even as a media professional. Some of my colleagues can attest to, there was a lot I was doing. And I acquired so much skills. And I'm going to be showing some of the skills I acquired with my first job as a broadcast journalist. So at some point, I became restless. I asked myself, there is more. And then I was working in a government, institution. And I just told myself, I don't think I want to retire here. Not that it's a bad idea for anybody that wants to retire wherever they are. Depends on what each person wants. But I just told myself, I don't think I want to retire here because I want more for my life. And I believe I have the capacity to do more, to be more. And so development communication, talking about international NGO and local NGO, I thought to myself that I'm already, doing storytelling where I am as a media practitioner, media professional. I'm already doing content creation. And I thought, oh, this is another form of communication. Why don't I, just dovetail into this? And I tell you, it was not easy. This particular skill was already in me and I was making use of it. So in my broadcast journalism or media professional, season, I was engaged in a lot of community work, impact-driven programs, impact-driven storytelling, audio drama storytelling. And so they were always recommending me to NGOs. NGOs will come and say, okay, we want you to be one of our media partners. I did a lot. In fact, at some point, I was even doing consultancy for NGOs while I was a media professional. Sometimes people will recommend me and I would travel to work for workshops. I would travel for, training. I would go to communities. I was already building this skill. Instead of just doing this thing on the side, why don't I quickly go deep into the mainstream of development communication? And so I was lucky to get roles in the education and public health sector for international NGOs. I thought I would start with local NGOs. Yeah, I started with local on the side while I was a media professional. But I landed, and 1 year I was applying for this thing. For you to know that I was dogged. 1 year, I had an application of 1 year until an opening came and I dovetailed into development communication. I started out with the education area and then I entered into public health. And then I didn't just stop there. I suddenly now discovered that I am an infopreneur. Have you ever heard that word before? Tell me in the chat box. Have you ever heard of infopreneur before? Yes, just type yes, no. Infopreneur. Have you ever heard the word infopreneur before? Yes or no? Yes. Okay, yes and no. Some people say yes, some people said no. No. Great. Now, let me tell you how I found that. Can you see this book? This book is titled Multiple Streams of Income: How to Generate a Lifetime of Unlimited Wealth by Robert G. Allen. Multiple Streams of Income. So this was one of the books that kind of encouraged me to be more. It came at that time when I was restless. I wanted to earn more. I felt there was more to me. There was more I could do with my skills in my media profession. And this book was one book I saw on the shelf in a bookshop, and I bought it and I read. I think I've read it about twice. This was where I found myself. I discovered that I was actually an infopreneur. No, so we are used to the word entrepreneur, somebody that does business, all right, engage in business. But I found out to myself that, okay, me, I don't like to sell bag and shoe. What can I do? I'm a service-oriented person. And so this book exposed me to the fact that all that I've been doing in terms of communication, writing, storytelling, I am an infopreneur. You might want to get this book for yourself. All right. So I dovetail into becoming an infopreneur. And let's quickly just look at the different parts of this. What are the skills that I acquired as a media professional or a broadcast journalist? I acquired presentation and interviewing skills. I am going through this so that you will understand that whatever you are doing now is also a mirror to help you understand the potentials, the skills, the capacity, the ability that you have. And all of it, none of it is wasted. Can you imagine all of these things that I got from just being a broadcast journalist? Presentation and interviewing skills, content creation, storytelling, audio drama story development, script writing and production. I'm a trainer, public speaking, IT and use of computer, audio editing, media relations, basic websites development and management skills. Sometimes I went through, a workshop where they taught us about how to adopt templates, website templates in WordPress and create a website for ourselves. What I did was I went ahead to make use of it. I decided to create a website, although I won't be there for a long time, and I started blogging. What did I do with that? I learned how to, even though I don't know, I am not a techie savvy person like some of my friends who can design a website from the ground up. I adopted a template. Could you believe that eventually that thing I did, that skill I acquired, positioned me for the first development work, NGO work that I got? Because in that role, I was required to manage a website. And because I had been blogging, and their website also makes use of WordPress, because I had been blogging, I've been managing my own personal blog website, I could manage their website. I could write articles and I could post. I began to manage their social media pages. Do you transfer these skills to my next job? PowerPoint presentation, of course, if you're a communicator, you will do it. I prepared this slide myself using Canva, but I didn't get to this point today. We've been doing it since using Microsoft on our laptop before Canva and AI made it more easy. Event planning and organization. These were skills I acquired on my first job. Do you see? I'm sharing all of this not to blow my horn, but just to let you know that you already have the assets. Once you need to experience the kind of life that you want, to grow, to achieve more in your career, to earn more, is already in what the experiences that you have gathered over the years. So in development communication, media relations, I had to manage media professional. I became a communication strategist and specialist, a producer. I began to produce content. I leveraged on my content creation and production skill from my broadcast media profession in this new role. Content creator, website management, social media management, stakeholder management, article writing, graphics design, video editing. I picked all of this up. All right. Do you see? And now in my infopreneur season, now I'm putting all of this together. I have authored 6 books. So I'm selling them. Just yesterday, in fact, this morning, I was so excited. My book was adopted by, they created a new course in Unilag. They call it media biography course. And so they reached out to me last year that my first book on Downton was one of the books that was nominated. Yesterday, I was asked that, do I have 30 copies of my books in hard copy, or it's just on seller? I have it on seller on Amazon. I quickly went inside because the copies I printed were somewhere. And I found out that I had over at least about 40. That was how I packaged 30 books this morning and sent to Lagos for the media biography students or mass communication or whatever course to take advantage of. So at least, you mean I had 30 books in the house that could earn me some small change, and I'm even broke, safe. I'm broke at the moment. So something that is in my house, that I created, is earning me some change to be able to run with. Okay, so I want you to see the other side of this. I founded the DBC BZB Media. I founded the EAT Academy. That's the Everything Audio Theater Academy, where I created e-courses in audio drama, a skill that I had. I'm the lead instructor, of course, AI tools, Canva. And then, of course, what led to this webinar that I'm having, the Clarity Adventure Challenge, is that I am evolving from the Evolve, Modify, and Grow podcast. I do a series. Some people follow me. I do the Evolve, Modify, and Grow podcast series every Monday, at least every week. Why do I do it? I just had a passion to say, okay, I want to encourage people to be the best they can be. I want people to believe they can be more. I want to talk about careers, give people information on how they can be better, and just, upskill. It was just a passion. And sometimes people reach out to me and say, okay, can I have a 1 hour session with you? It's not that we plan 1 hour. At the end of the day, I will have a 1 hour, 30-minute session with an individual, helping them to get clarity to their career or personal development or whatever confusion. And then they go to apply the principles or the ideas that I have shared with them. And then I see them to begin to, blossom and prosper in that thing. And so I thought to myself, this thing that I'm doing for free, let me come and, use it as, create a formal, put a structure to it and make it formal. And that is how I started the Evolve, Modify, and Coaching services. So this is why I'm telling you my story, to say what you need to succeed or what you need for your next level is not outside of you. It's inside your experiences. It's inside your skill. It's inside your personal development that will begin to open your eyes and heart to things that you can actually do. Whether you're looking for a job opportunity, whether you're looking to change career, whether you're looking to start your own thing. You can have a job or a career and still be doing your own thing on the side. Because, hey, what we are talking about is multiple streams of income. All right? That's the way to go. Is this helpful? I think I need to run along faster. Are we gaining things? If you are following me, tell me yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So jot down one thing that you have gotten from my personal story. One thing. Okay, yes, great. Yes. So I see that you are following me. So we'll come back. Focus. Great. Somebody said one of the things they've gotten from my personal story is focus. What else? Who else wants to say what they've gotten from my personal story, my personal development journey? Quickly. Commitment. Great. Commitment. All right. Okay, so keep dropping your comments and your points. I'll be reading them. I just want us to. Consistency. Great. Consistency. No limitations. Fantastic. Please take note of all of this. Consistency, no limitation, focus. All right. So my personal development opportunities on the job learning, where you are now, making the best use of opportunities, fantastic. Determination, fantastic. All right. So personal development opportunities, some of us think that is when we go out of our office. Wherever you are now is your opportunity development, personal development and opportunity space. Somebody said persistence. On the job training, where you are now, whatever it is you are doing, do you do it in excellence? Do you go the extra mile? Do you take on tasks, or you are the type that run away from tasks and say, nobody should come and stress my life? All right. Nobody should come and stress my life. And that's the thief of your opportunity, the thief of your growth. Curiosity and willingness to go the extra mile will help you. Mentorship. Mentorship is not just upline. The people that can do it better than you, or your managers or your leaders. I believe in mentorship upline, middle line, that is your colleagues. And I also believe in this one, mentorship in the downline. I talked about CapCut or video editing. I didn't learn video editing for a long while. All right. I was always afraid of it. I would watch my children do it. I'll be like, oh, the one I know is okay. I know audio editing is okay. But then I wanted to start turning out, this Evolve Modify podcast. I can't pay anybody. I don't have the money to pay a videographer. I can use my phone, but I need to edit to make sense of it. And so I called one of my mentees. I said, please, I see you do this CapCut. Come and show me. That was how we downloaded CapCut on my laptop. Then I started doing my ta. And I tell you, this webinar, I've already done a recording earlier today. I am going to edit it into small videos. If I decide to edit this one too, and share with my online audience so they can learn as well. Do you see? So you can learn. Don't say I'm the senior. Me, I have the experience. We have been doing this since 1990. The downline people, the things they even know now is more than you and I. So take advantage of learning upline, middle line, and downline. Apply for relevant courses, learning opportunities. Practice makes perfect. I've mentioned it before. You go to take a course. You go to a workshop, and you leave that workshop. You put everything there you learned there. You put it inside the folder that they gave you. You never go back to it again. You don't do anything with it. How will you go? So it is not in, I have taken, you come to LinkedIn, you show us the certificates of the course you've done. You've shown us about 20 or 30 now. But none of it, you can't do anything anymore. You can't even apply any of the skills because you're not practicing. So if you learn, you must practice. Read relevant books. Watch videos of role models in various fields. I mean, whatever you are doing on social media, the digital space has given us a massive access to anybody in the world. People that you would not normally have access to. Social media gives you access to them. So who are you following? Who are your models? Who are you? There are people I follow that keep giving me, they are like my idea chargers. In terms of finances, there are people I follow every morning I read. It is giving me idea of, I should invest in this, I should save in this, I should manage my money. There are people that I follow that in my niche, and like, this person is doing this. What can I do? And even if I'm not thinking about it, it charges me up to be better quickly. So unlocking your potentials. Again, I reiterate, your hard skills and soft skills, identify them. They are not far. Those things you've acquired, write them down. They give way to your self-discovery and what you should be doing. So again, for you to be successful in life, you need to know yourself. You need to be comfortable with yourself. You need to know what you are good at. You need to know your potential because it will direct you in the path. Once upon a time, I wanted to study medicine. Maybe some of us wanted to. I failed physics and chemistry, like what I will say. And look at me, I'm simply a creative, flourishing where I am. And when we finished, we were doing NYSC, the banking people came to NYSC camp to say, who are then they used to recruit young people. And somebody said, it's an opportunity. I said, I don't want to be a banker. I'm not interested in all those things. I don't want to be a banker. And I didn't follow banking. And I'm happy where I am. All right. So the reason why you are eyeing another person's success is because you are not comfortable with yourself. You have not come to terms with what you have been endowed with the experiences, the capacities, the skills that you have gathered over there. You need to be comfortable with who you are. You need to be comfortable with your own skills, because those skills you are ignoring is what is delaying you from becoming the superstar that we are all waiting for. All right. And remember that your insight into what else you can do, your potentials gives you insight into what else you can do. I told you that I've dovetailed from being a broadcast journalist to development communication to discovering that I'm an infopreneur. And I'm building different portfolios in this regard. So you can transfer skills from whatever job you are doing, whatever you know to do, to the next thing. Deep dive. Identify your strengths, skills, and passion. Overcome self-limiting beliefs and mindset blocks. You are the block, the the limitation in your own way. If you don't believe in yourself, you cannot move forward. Can I be vulnerable with you? When I was going to start this evolve, modify, and grow coaching service, I doubted myself. I know I have the capacity in me. I know I told you I've done things. I doubted myself. I said, which one is coaching? You know? And even the clarity. And I just told myself that, no. Well, how do I even begin to explain myself to people? What's the meaning of this one again? You know, I just doubted myself. But I knew somewhere in me that I can do this because I'm already doing it. And I kept having that nudge. So I said, okay. I started to research. If I want to launch a coaching services, a life clarity, a career and personal development coaching, what should I do? And I researched. Thank God for AI. Make use of it. I researched, give me an outline, and it gave me ideas. And that gave birth to the Clarity Adventure Challenge. I had to coin my own word. I had to do my own research. I had to painstakingly prepare. All right. So this is where I am. Here we are. I'm having a webinar for you, and we are helping ourselves to discover our journey, our potential, and our opportunities. Assess your current situation and goals. Start from where you are. Assess where you are. Assess your strength and your skills. Assess what you are doing now. What do you want to do next? Then what are the opportunities in that area and needs? Should you be applying? Should you be volunteering? Should you be starting out your own thing? The digital space has given all of us the opportunity to start out our own thing. So if you have not even yet gotten the job that you want, you can start doing something, maybe talking about it, maybe talking about how you've offered your time, you know, just talking about it. And somebody, a recruiter that you're applying for, will suddenly notice that, oh, this person has been talking about this area. Surely this person must have the expertise in this area. Or somebody will recommend you, like that 7-digit person that I talked about earlier. Okay? So if the job is not coming, create one for yourself. All right? Come and tell everybody that I'm a business analyst. I can do hair. I can make hair. Come and patronize me. It may look like you are playing, but before you know it, somebody will notice 1 customer, 2 customers, 3 customers. Before you know it, you have 20 and you can barely keep up. So cues for your opportunity, call to excellence. Be excellent at what you do. There is no point you have a skill and you are doing an anyhow job. Your skills, your experiences, what you do, you should do an excellent job. Take on tasks and go the extra mile. Some of the tasks that have gotten me opportunities of awards, of international travel, are tasks that were not my business, they were somebody else's business. I will complain and grumble, but I took them in good strides. And I didn't know I was just setting up myself for opportunities. So some of the things that I did out of grumbling that was another person's work, that was extra stretch for me, just simply prepared me for an opportunity that was down the line. So when you get an opportunity to stretch yourself, so even if it is your own thing you are doing, I just told you now, I spent nights preparing for that Clarity Adventure Challenge. 7 days of posting content, designing in Canva, recording video. You think it's beans? It stretched me, but I'm looking at it, I'm feeling happy. All right? So sometimes it's even your own personal work that just because it's your personal thing does not mean you should do it anyhow. Stretch yourself and the opportunity will find you.